So you're a freelancer struggling with invoices and keeping track of your finances?
Trust me, I've been there, done that for over 5 years now. My name's Marvin Aziz, I'm a freelance designer and developer. And when I first started my freelance journey, I knew literally nothing about how to run a business, right? I was facing challenges with managing, accounting, streamlining my invoicing process and dealing with legal aspects. Especially when I had no money to pay those premium software services or even a tax accountant, right? But guess what? I found a way to actually automate the whole process for free without a single line of code. In this video, I'm actually going to show you how to streamline your invoicing process with an automation using Google Sheets, Google Docs, and Make, formerly known as Integromat. So if you're ready to level up your freelance business and streamline your invoicing process, stick around. In the end, I'm gonna offer you to download my invoicing template, the blueprint for Make, and also the Google Sheet. I'm gonna give it all to you if you want. You can use it for free. All right, guys, so let's jump into this. Today we're going to use Google Sheets, Google Docs, and Make. If you don't know Make, Make is one of my favorite applications all time. Formerly known as Integromat. I've been using this for years, and it allows you to connect multiple sources of data, right? So you can connect basically any application to one another, and all of that without using code if you don't want to. You can also implement some code, but it's mainly a no-code solution to automate stuff, right? It's very similar to Zapier, but I definitely prefer Make over Zapier because to me it's basically Zapier on steroids, right? You can do a lot more with it. If you're interested to sign up, please use my link below. It's an affiliate link, and I earn a small commission in case you decide to go for the paid pricing. There's a free tier as well. So you get 1,000 operations per month. It's going to be free forever. So yeah, definitely go ahead and create an account there. Okay, so let's start by giving you a preview of how it's going to work in the end, right? So this is Make. This is the automation I've set up for you guys. We're going to walk through this step by step, so don't worry, it's not that complex, right? I'm going to hit run once, and we see, oh, there's something happening here. Boom, 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 boom. It's searching, it's creating, it's doing stuff right there, right? So what just happened? Basically, I've got this Google Sheet right here. We've got some data in here, right? So this is invoicing data. There's a sum, there's some VAT, there's an address of the customer, there's a description for the invoice, there's a customer name and the project, invoice number, and there's a custom field, right? So when I first started out, I wanted to have some purpose within my business, right? Implemented, and one of the ways I accomplished that was by planting trees with a percentage of the money I make through freelancing, right? So far I've planted a lot of trees, so that's cool. And I have actually integrated this into my invoicing by displaying the number of trees that have been planted with that invoice. So if that's a idea for you as well, feel free to copy that. I got some great feedback for doing so. So yeah, that's the first step, right? So we've got some invoicing data in Google Sheets. Then it basically goes ahead and copies this template. So in the end, by the end of this video, if you stick around, I'm going to tell you where to find this template. You can download it for free and use it. It took all the data from here and replaced the placeholders in that document, right? And then what it did, it downloaded a copy of that document, of that invoice, and uploaded it into a specific folder where I can always find it, right? So this is my YouTube invoicing folder right now. It created a folder with the name of the year of the current year, right? And then it created a folder with the company name, right? John's LLC. That's this one right here. So if you double click into that, you're gonna see, oh, well, we've got some invoices in here. So what this automation does is actually create one Word document out of it and copy that file into a PDF, right? So if you open that PDF, you're gonna see, oh, we got some work done. We've got an invoice with the invoice number 1, with the current date, with the project name. We've planted 240 trees today. Client number 1, the sum is that. Here's the VAT amount, stuff like that, right? So it's a very simple template, but you can adjust it as you wish, and it's really easy to do so. Right? So all of that has been done by this automation just by inserting data in this table. Isn't that cool? So let's actually scribble something down so you better understand. We've got this information, right? Data in Google Sheets. Then what happens? It takes the data and it actually puts it into a doc template, right? So from there, it's gonna create a PDF, and this PDF has to go somewhere, right? So we've got our folder, YouTube automation folder, right? The automation is going to create another folder within there with the current year. Currently 23, right? And from there, it's going to create another folder with the name of the company. And within that name, within that company name folder, we're gonna have the doc and the PDF, right? And that's where the money is, right here. Okay. So that PDF is actually gonna be put in here. Easy, right? So how do we actually do this in Make? Okay, let's have a closer look to what is actually happening here. In Make, you are going to need a certain trigger, and that trigger is supposed to watch for new data coming in, right? So as soon as we enter a new line, a new row in here, it's supposed to take that new row and create a new invoice out of that, right? So what's that trigger gonna be? You can click on that little plus sign here to add a new application, and you're gonna want to search for Google Sheets. And it's currently not here because it's already added to my favorites. So if I click on here, you can see the triggers that are possible within Make, right? So you can either watch rows, watch changes, perform a function. And then you have actions, right? Where you can actually manipulate the Google Sheet. And you've got searches where you can actually search for data within the sheet. Okay, so what we are going to use is the watch rows trigger, right? So this is the one. And you can simply add a connection to your own Google account by clicking on add and then signing in with your Google account, right? So you need to choose your drive and you need to choose your spreadsheet, right? So you can simply click on here, and I've been using the YouTube Automate Invoicing spreadsheet, right? And the spreadsheet name, the sheet name is Invoices. By the way, I'm gonna share all of this with you guys by the end of this video. So you're gonna get the blueprint for Make, which helps you to actually set up the complete automation within Make. You're gonna get the invoicing template, and you're gonna get the Google Sheet as well. So in this sheet, you actually need to only insert data for the green columns, right? So you need a customer ID, you need the project, you need an invoice number and the sum and the description. Then there's another sheet in here, which is called customers, where you can add your customers. It's basically a CRM in the end, right? So I can add another customer in here with the ID of 4, and the company name is Web to the Flow, some street, random number for now. It's in Berlin, and the contact person is Marvin Aziz, right? If I want to make use of that customer now, of that customer data, what I'm going to do is simply add the customer ID in here, and you can see that it automatically populates the sheet with the data of the customer, right? Easy. So the project is YouTube project. The invoice number is number 2. It's 50,000 euros, right? It's actually, you can't have the euro sign in here, otherwise it's messing up the invoice template. You've got VAT, you've got the sum, and I need a description. So YouTube video content. Gonna plant 2,000 trees with that one. Okay, cool. So yeah, it's looking for those invoices. The table contains headers. Yeah, you can specify the rows to watch, and you can limit it. Okay, simple. Then what you want to do is open the Google Drive application, right? So go ahead and search for Google Drive, and not. You can click down here. And what you want to do is search for files or folders. And you want to search for, you've got your YouTube invoicing folder, right? And within there, you want to retrieve folders. You want to search within file or folder names. And you want to search for something that is this. I mean, this basically translates to 2023. Yeah, in Make you can actually use functions and variables. Very basic. You can click on that little calendar icon up here and simply choose a date. Or what you can do as well is you can format a date. That's a very basic JavaScript function. You can click on it, and what you want to do is you actually want to insert the date, right? So that's the date field of your Google Sheet. You can simply insert it here. The format is going to be Y. Okay. So I wanted to search for the exact term, and I'm going to limit it to 1. Let's close this. Click on OK. Boom. All right. So now it's searching for the folder with the folder name of the current year. If the folder exists, right? The condition up here, you can click on the link between those dots. If the folder exists, the name of the folder exists, right? If it found something, you are going to search for another folder within that folder, right? So now we are actually in here, right? Boom. We're in the current year folder and we want to look for that company name folder. Okay? So we're gonna choose that previous folder, which is this one. You can see that it's actually pulsing. And what you insert there is simply just the file ID, right? Easy. You're gonna retrieve the folders and you're gonna query the customer. Okay. So what now? Either it's gonna find a folder with the customer name or it's not, right? So if it's gonna find a folder, it's gonna copy a template. So I've got my templates under templates, YouTube, invoice template, right? So I've just chosen that file and you got to specify a new folder location, which is going to be the previous folder we found, right? The folder in the current year in the name folder. So right here we want to place that document. Okay, so and we can name this invoice underscore invoice number underscore customer underscore current year and month. So right here is how you actually write it into a current year and month. Right, so we got that file in the folder. Now what? You're gonna search for Google Docs. If you already used it, you're gonna find it right here. And what you wanna do is you wanna replace text in a document, right? What are you doing there? We've got that template. Let's have a look. In that template, we've got weird stuff like contact in those curly braces, client name, client street, client PLZ, city, description, the price, net, date. All those curly braces are what I call variables, right? So you want to replace those variables. So contact is going to be replaced with the contact person out of the Google Sheet, right? Client name is going to be replaced with a customer name on the Google Sheet, and so on. That's what you do. The planted trees, the price, the client number, the VAT, all of that stuff has to be replaced. Okay, in the copy of that file, right? Don't manipulate the template. Okay, so as soon as you replaced all the information, you're actually going to find a module that is called download a document, and you're going to download that document. And it's just the document we created here and replaced information in here. And the type is going to be PDF, right? So that's where we actually convert it into a PDF right here. Okay, and now you upload that file to the folder you created previously. Boom. That's basically it, right? So that's one path. This is the path where the year folder exists and the customer folder also already exists. But what if the year folder exists and the customer folder does not exist? Well, we've got a path right here, right? So customer does not exist. And this is, by the way, the fallback route, right? So it's first going to check this one right here. And if this is not true, it's going to come down here. So customer does not exist in the folder structure. It's going to create the customer folder, and then it's going to go ahead and do the same stuff we previously talked about, right? So what if there's no current year folder and there's no customer folder, right? Happens every year. Well, it's going to create a folder first, and that's the path down here. So it's gonna, we've got that fallback route again. So it's gonna create a year folder, it's gonna create the customer folder, it's gonna copy the template, replace the text in the document, download the document, and upload it to Google Drive. So that's what happened here. Easy, right? And that's it, guys. That's how we automate our invoices. Now you could actually go ahead and do stuff like email to client, email invoice to client, right? And what else? You can send a Slack message to be informed about that the invoice has been sent to the client. Or you can actually what else could you do? You could connect your calendar and create a new entry with a reminder for 30 days, right? Payment received. You could do all of that stuff easily by using Make. I really hope you now understand the power of using Make for your workflows. It takes away the stress, the hassle, and gives you a lot of time to focus on other important stuff within your business, right? So I can highly recommend using it. Really, it's saved me so much time. Yeah. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to export that blueprint, and you are going to be able to download it for free. All you need to do is to click the link in the description and type in your email address, and I'm going to send it straight to you. But not only the blueprint, you're going to also receive that sheet right here with customers and invoices, and you're going to get that template you can play around with, right? So you don't have to use it, but it's a very simple basic template that's working already out of the box, right? So I'm gonna save you a lot of time here. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to hit that like button, write a comment. I really appreciate you guys watching this, and hope to see you in the next one.